Hey guys, Dave Perrotti, president and founder of Fine Home Contracting. So where did we come from? Where are we going? All of that good stuff. Kind of a little bit of a bio about me and where the company came from. I grew up in Litchfield County of Connecticut and joined the military when I was right out of high school and right after 9/11. My high school was actually a trade school, Oliver Wolcott Tech in Torrington, where I learned the carpentry trade. I loved it, did work study. We built some houses with a company out of Morris, and exciting stuff. But my career change was quickly when I joined that National Guard in right after 9/11 and was deployed to Iraq for my first tour. Came back 2013 and kind of went back to the trades and kept building is what I enjoy, and got deployed some smaller deployments in between there, Katrina relief, and then went back to Iraq in 2008 for my second tour with the military. And when I came back, the crisis had hit. So the housing crisis. So the building industry had kind of dried up a little bit at that point. So I took the GI Bill and went to college and got my business management degree from UConn here in Connecticut, and kind of came to a point of a crossroads with that college degree. I had that chance of going into corporate America. I think I had an internship set up with Travelers Insurance, and going into that cubicle and the corporate was pretty difficult to figure out. So I decided to say, listen, you have some business skills, some college, and you also have a good idea of building and remodeling. So let's open up a building and remodeling company. So 2012 was when it started out as Fine Home Carpentry, and when we changed the name to contracting, because I was no longer a carpenter. I wanted to actually open up a company. So contracting 2012, and it was me in a van and swinging a hammer, and then you get some help, and you keep swinging the hammer, and you're selling, and you're managing, and you're doing everything. You're doing all the hats and all of that stuff, which is always exciting, but you get tired quickly. But always had the goal of really creating a company. So it took about 2 years to really get the tool belt off and be able to, start bringing in labor and getting the actual work done, and then kind of going into sales and going into the project management side of it, which is always difficult. And let me tell you something. Small business is such a journey, and it is not easy. You have to learn a lot of things that have nothing to do with building and remodeling. And of course, you have to learn everything about building and remodeling. And you also have to learn everything that's new in building and remodeling. So I would say, as a business owner, my one job is just to learn. And I have to continually learn. And I have to make sure I'm up to date with everything, right up to, what's newest in marketing and what's newest in sales and all that stuff. So, fast forward to now, I've been in the industry, and my sole goal is to change the industry. It's really not, and there's a lot of other guys out there that are understanding there's a very big need for a company that has set up policies and procedures that can create a consistent experience for the customer. That means we need a standard of what a quote looks like and what the time frame a project should take and how much it should cost. It is such the Wild West out there where we have quotes for exactly the same project so drastically different that consumers themselves cannot make heads or tails of what is the right price or the right value. And it's concerning. And most of the time, when a contractor goes in, not understanding, and listen, I've been there, not understanding the true cost of the project, and then you have a consumer that is basing their decisions around cost, when those two marry up, what ends up happening is half projects becoming half complete and things walking away and things in the news. So that needs to stop. We are, I think, the second most complained about industry because of that. In Connecticut, there is an extremely low barrier of entry, meaning license and insurance anybody can get without a test, without anything that's verified. You can literally go online and get licensed. You can literally call any insurance agent and be licensed and insured. So our goal here at Fine Home Contracting is to reinvent the remodeling experience, to reinvent how people remodel. I mean, I think one of my, I think that there's part of the reason why people don't remodel is because they're scared and they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to call around and have some guy show up and write something down on a napkin, and these are big ticket numbers. Our average remodel cost is $40,000, and I look at that's a big. And a lot of times this isn't finance, so this is people's cash. We do offer financing, but a lot of times it doesn't cover the whole project. This is going to be one of your biggest purchases. And it's not like a car that's heavily regulated. You can go buy a car and if there's any problems, it's going to be taken care of. It's by some big manufacturer you don't have to worry about. So the industry in itself really needs a lot of help. And you see Home Depot and Lowe's, and they've tried to come in and create that experience on a commercial corporate level, and they haven't done a good job. And you can see they've even gone in the opposite direction now, where they're not offering kitchen and bathroom remodels and replacement services. So we are looking, I think, and we think we've got it with some of the technology that we're using right now, has really been able to allow us to still stay in the market of being, available. So we're not super expensive and still offer a very organized project. So I think technology has kind of taken over for, we would have to have 3 or 4 staff in the office just trying to keep up to date with the scheduling and the budgeting. And now we have technology to do that. So obviously those are salaries that we don't have to pay. And then our bathrooms and our kitchens and our additions aren't extremely expensive because of our overhead. So we're there, but we have a lot a lot more to go and a lot more procedures and a lot fine-tuning to create that experience. But that's really our goal. I mean, my goal is to create a company, and we're doing that people are synonymous of consistency, and people know that if we were to expand into other states, that if you go to Fine Home Contracting, it's just like going to any other large chain. It's consistent. It's going to give you the same service and value each time, whenever you call. Because a lot of times, everybody's got those contractors that were awesome that one time, and then the next time they didn't call you back. I mean, that's a simple, how is the industry that bad that we're synonymous of not calling you back? So that's kind of my mission and my goal. And I've got some great team members along that's helping out and starting to push this vision forward. And it's super exciting. I'm excited. We're in 2020 in the pandemic right now. And, we're going into next year. And it's, we've been able to hold our own, and we see that, our services are going to be needed even more because people are staying home. And I don't think a lot of people might go back to a designation for work or an office. They might have home offices. So that's a little bit about my story. And I know it's going to continue to expand because it's every day's an adventure and every year's an adventure. But it's truly my passion to build this contracting business and build it to be able to scale and to be able to, service customers in New England. Thanks for your time, guys.